Hello everyone and welcome back to another Superman action figure unboxing. This time I have the DC Multiverse Superman from the Superman War World story that's uh, just concluded or about to be concluded in DC Comics right now in Action Comics. I've got the last issue. I think it's called Superman War World Apocalypse Rising or something like that. It's in my pile and I have not gotten around to it, but I intend to soon. Anyway, this figure is from McFarlane Toys, part of their DC Multiverse line. And from the looks of it, it looks great. The head definitely looks different than the other Supermen that I've seen floating out and about. But this one looks pretty cool, and I got it probably a month ago, but I've been kind of sitting on my butt and being lazy and not sharing it with you. So here I am now, and yeah, so I'm going to open this thing up and share with you its contents and pretty much what I think of this figure. But on the back, we have a nice image there of him under the red sun on War World, holding the shield and his axe. Nice artwork, McFarlane Toys. And yeah, so let's get this thing right open. And actually, one thing I just want to point out, it says Future State on the side box there, on the side of the box there, which is most likely a reference to this. Actually, it's from Future State. This was supposed to be after the whole Dark Knight, death metal, multiversal crisis kind of thing. And this future state was supposed to be something that happened, I don't know, maybe a couple of years later or a few years later, or even further down the line than that. And in this particular story, Superman had gone off to War World to liberate its inhabitants. And obviously he was depowered because of the Red Sun, amongst other things. And he was forced to fight in this arena type of thing. Now, in the ongoing Action Comics storyline that just wrapped up, he didn't quite look like this. He looked very close, particularly with the Kingdom Come looking emblem on his belt and on his chest. So that's interesting that, you know, this figure is based on Future State and not so much War World, but I guess the two are kind of synonymous at this point. So anyway, let's open this thing up and get right to it. Okay, folks, and there it is. Wow, look at this thing. This figure looks amazing. Finally got it out of the box after many weeks of procrastination. And here it is. Looks great. Got the shield on his arm there. Got his axe in the other hand. Somewhat similar to the way it's positioned here. For those of you who are concerned about destroying the packaging with that great image on the back, which is this one, don't worry, because you get a card with the same image on it. And of course, on the back of the card, you get all of the usual rocketed from the dying planet of Krypton, raised by Martha and Jonathan Kent, etc., etc., etc. It's all there. This figure, of course, like I mentioned, comes with the axe and the shield here, which easily fits on his arm there. It works best on the left arm as opposed to the right arm, and that's only because of the way his fist is with the fingers, the open fingers there, and the, you know, the little anklets, little chains sort of make it harder. This way it's a little bit better, and it kind of slides in there with little effort at all. So that's wonderful. And the OCD in me wants the shield to be facing a certain direction, so that's why I have it like that. But it still looks cool. Of course, it's plastic, and the shield, the symbol based on the Kingdom Come design, looks great here. The emblem on his chest, which is kind of holding the cape in place, also looks good. You can see the little metal rings around there. That's nice. You have the symbol on his belt there, or what looks to be a belt, so that's cool. The cape, pretty basic, a little bit darker in color. There's no symbol on the back, which is kind of interesting because in the storyline it's there too, but Yeah. And as you can see on his head, his grayed haired from his kryptonite or from the red sun being depowered and stressed and all that stuff aged him up a little bit in the story. Yeah, it looks great. I don't have any particular errors with my finger. His head looks awesome. Got the little spit curl flowing down his face. You can see he's angry, getting ready to fight. And looking closely, you can see the stubble on his face, or what appears to be stubble on his face. So they really did a good job here. An unshaven Superman, I can live with that. Yeah, and down here on the feet, you see he's got the ankles or the chains for being in bondage. The stand, of course, that comes with it also has the DC, the current iteration of the DC logo there. So that's really cool. You can twist it around a lot. It's got some fine points of articulation. The legs move and bend as do the arms do. I just positioned mine this way. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. This is probably my third McFarlane Superman action figure. I have the Superboy Prime one and the standard McFarlane Superman figure that I think was the first one that came out a while back. And I also have the Superman from Lois and Clark, or the Lois and Clark black suited bearded version before Rebirth, basically, that stemmed out of Convergence. So I have, a total of 4 now, and I look forward to getting more. This definitely excites me. Definitely excites me. I like that McFarlane Toys is doing these figures. It's increasingly getting more diverse with their characters and their alternates and versions of characters, particularly since there are so many different versions of Batman, Superman, the various Flashes, and the core members of the Justice League. There are various versions of these throughout comics history, and there are certain ones that fans can pick and choose that they like. This was one of the ones that I picked because I like the whole Warworld Gladiator type thing that he was involved with. Although the current story took too long, but I like the basic concept of it nevertheless. It also reminds me of that old Action Comics annual from back in 1989, 1990, I think, when Superman was on Warworld, where he was first introduced to the Eradicator by the Cleric. So yeah. But this figure is amazing, guys and gals. I would highly recommend it to any of you. It will look nice on your collection next to any of your other Supermen. And if that is important to you in some other respects, it also looks nice when you have it with the book or the story that represents it in the background there. So I think that's a great thing. Shield there, boom. Axe there, boom. Now if I can get the thing to stand. Gravity is not my friend at the moment, as you can tell, but I'll get it to work. Look, there you go. I'll fool with it later. Ready to kick some Mongolian tail, or Warworld tail. There you go. All right, folks, if you have any questions about this thing, drop me a line, but it's awesome. That's the best thing I can possibly say about this figure, and it'll set you back about $22 to $25 depending on where you live. I have not seen this thing in Walmart or Target or anything like that, so I had to get it off of Amazon. So, but yeah, it's out there. You guys can get it. It's not one of those hard to find ones like the Azrael Batman that I want to get. But yeah, guys, until next time, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. The world is pretty crazy, but be good, be well, and yeah. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.